now we're talking tourism. Joining me live is a very busy lady, the Director of Tourism, the Director General, of Tourism, Joy Jiblaru, who got back from Europe recently. So she's going to talk to us about what's happening over there and how the business is coming home. Good evening, Mrs. Jiblaru. How are you?
Good evening. I'm fine, thank you, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Okay, so can you just tell us about your trip to Europe and what that means for us here in the Bahamas?
Well, we at the Ministry of Tourism have always recognized how important European is to the Bahamian market. First of all, guests who come, and at the moment there are just under 100,000 visitors coming in from Europe, but they tend to spend on average 9 to 11 days stay. We know that Europeans have a very long holiday, averaging between 35 to 42 working days a year, and they love to travel to warm weather destinations. Further, we know that they love our family islands, and so some of the things that we've been working towards, and we're just delighted that they've come to fruition, is the beginning of direct air service on Air Caribe coming from Paris, Orly, straight into San Salvador. That service began in November of last year. But the really great news, and that I'm very pleased to announce today, is the introduction of Condor Air. And that will bring, for the first time in a number of decades, direct airlift from Frankfurt to Nassau, beginning first week of November with 2 flights a week. And the importance for this for us is that in the late 1990s, early 2000s, we were receiving upwards of 50, 60,000 visitors from Germany. Now that number's around 8,000, between 6 and 8,000. And we know that the potential for growth is huge. And so just with these introductions, coupled with Alpitour, that's flying direct into Grand Bahama from Italy, and that has been so successful, so much so that they have expanded that service. Opportunities abound, and it's no better time than now with the increase of all the additional rooms.
And so while you were in Europe, what was the response like? Are they receptive to coming to the Bahamas? What's the response been like?
What I can say, the Bahamas is still a dream vacation for every European. You know, we have such a huge head start, and something we take for granted. You ask any European if they've heard about the Bahamas. Not only do they say yes, their eyes light up, they get excited. It's a dream destination. And so it's imperative for us to get out in the marketplace, let them know that it is possible to get here. Partners like British Airways, direct flight service out of London, now out of Germany, out of Italy, out of Paris. We're making it easier, and it just speaks to growth potential, diversity of our visitors coming into the destination. And so it's a win-win situation, certainly for us in the Ministry of Tourism, as well as our tourism partners here in the Bahamas.
Thank you so much. That was Joy Jiblaru, Director General of Tourism. It's always exciting talking about tourism.